Hey, what's up everybody? Buddy Blackbird here with another After Effects CS6 tutorial, and I'm going to teach you how to use Enable Character 3D in your text options to make things like this here. So when you enable per character 3D, you get another axis that you can work with, and that is the Z axis, and it gives you like a different kind of 3D going on where you don't really need a camera and everything, which is pretty nice. So I'm gonna get to showing you how to make something like that, and let's start. So I'm gonna delete out my text, and I'm just gonna write something in my text box here. Yeah, I think there's a dash there. So we've got our text here. I'm just going to scale it up. Ooh, 3DS. I'm going to scale it up here so we can just see it a little better. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add something that has the Z axis on it. So something like opacity won't work because there is no Z axis on it. So I'm going to use position because that's the best way to demonstrate. Now if we look down here at the range selector, we've got 0, 0. The left one is X down here, and the one next to it is the Y axis. So you can see that, and you know that from being able to move position from like the beginning of our tutorials here. So we're going to come up to animate again and click on enable per character 3D. Now you can see we've got the Z axis going on here. To be able to see this a little better, I'm going to be switching between the active camera and custom view 1, where custom view 1 has a dummy camera already set up for us. I'm going to go back to my selection tool, and I'm just going to scrub, and you can see how I can move in the Z axis now, which is this blue arrow. So let's open up our range selector here, and if I move my start, nothing's going to happen right now. We have to set the position to be where we want it to start out from, and then where it is right now is where the position is going to end. So let's do something like -400, because when you go in the negatives it comes towards the camera. When you go in the positive it goes away from the camera. So there's -400 there, and then if you want it to like kind of like right on, you're going to want to increase the height. So I'll try -100. Not exactly sure how high. So let's go back to our active camera. We can see that we gotta increase how high it goes. So there we go. And now if I move the start here, it's going to right on there. So all I have to do now is just animate my start from 0 to 100, and it should just right on. Let me do a ramp preview here real quick, and this is what we get. So that was easy enough. Now if you really want to make it like fly in, we can add some motion blur to it real quick. Make sure this button right here is enabled, which enables motion blur for your layers, and then click on this column right here, and that'll add some motion blur. It'll look like your letters are like flying in like this. So this is kind of like a flying in, or like a right on, kind of something like a typewriter like smashing them down or something like that. So that's how you use the enable per character 3D. Pretty much all it does is just add on the Z axis, and I'll tell you which character or which animators here we can use them for. The anchor point, position, scale, and rotation will all get a third Z axis dimension. So that means that blur, opacity, skew, the fill color, stuff like that, that stuff isn't affected when you enable per character 3D. So just remember, it is anchor point, position, scale, and rotation. So let's just add something like rotation in for fun. So I went up and went up to animate, and I selected rotation, which is here, and let's come into somewhere around the middle here, and let's mess with our rotation and see how it works out. See, we can rotate our characters like that, and now they'll flip off the screen. Now they're like flying. So you could also animate this the other way. Let me give you a ramp preview. See how they're like flying in? So you could do something where you animate this the other way and they fly off the screen. So maybe I put this at 100 now, and then at the end to 0. I think they'll fly off the screen. Check it out. Yep. So there you go. There's a couple ways to use the enable per character 3D, and thanks for watching this tutorial. Thumbs up if you liked, thumbs down if you didn't, and subscribe if you want to check out more After Effects tutorials that are coming up. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, everybody.